channel. So in today's video, I have invited Mr. Anand, who is currently pursuing his PhD from University of California. And to start with today's video, let Anand introduce himself and his background and his journey from bachelor's to PhD. So Anand, the floor is yours.
Yeah, hey guys, and thank you, Atik, for such a nice video. You're doing a great job. So, before beginning this all journeys, I just wanna whosoever is watching this video, just make sure, like, it's for everybody. It's for people who are preparing for IITs, going for medical exams, for research and everything. So, I basically come from Kota, Rajasthan, which is the hub for producing engineers in India. So there are basically two places in two cities in India. One is Hyderabad and one is Kota, and I have homes in both the places. So people, my all friends are engineers, and one of the thing that I always wanted to do in my life is to go for science. So I aimed very close, means I was very close to getting Indian Institute of Science, but in IIT sometimes what happened during my times, you had to get kind of 300 to 400 rank in order to get Indian Institute of Science. So I didn't get it, and then the second choice, for obvious reasons, was Indian Institute of Science Education and Research. That's abbreviated as ICERS. So when I joined that time back in 2012, there were 5 ICERS, and now I think they've expanded to 7 or 8 ICERS. So I began my undergrad research in physics and chemistry from ICER, and yeah, I was like kind of motivated to go for research, and yeah, there were a lot of internships that I did at that time. I was into Indian Association of Cultivation of Sciences for my research in theoretical chemistry. Then I went to IIT Kharagpur. Then I went to an internship in 2016 in Korea, and so on. The journey continued. So I think what I wanted to say is like I've been totally focused on one area of research during the entire undergrad and graduate studies, and that was theoretical chemistry, focusing on quantum mechanics. So, and then after that, I took 1 year of training at ETS Zurich, where I did my research on quantum tunneling. That's mostly quantum chemistry and physics. And in 2019, I joined my PhD at University of California, San Diego. And here I'm doing kind of a very interesting interdisciplinary work, which we can talk about later in the talks. So
Yeah.
that's the brief background of where I belong and how did I reach UCSD as a part of my research career beginning from 2012.
So as you have started related to this bachelor's and master's, so you did master's from IIT Kharagpur.
No. I had my internships from IIT Kharagpur. I went to ICERS, and ICERS have a very distinct way of giving the degrees. So they are basically called the integrated bachelor's and
Yeah.
master's. So it's a 5 year course in which the first 3 years may be roughly called as the bachelor's, and the next 1 year is for the master's courses, and the last year is dedicated to complete research. So it's a master thesis that can account for the last 2 semesters of the entire 10 semester you have. So in 5 years, you'll get a master's degree, and that would be called as integrated MS, BS, MS.
Coming to this admission process at University of California, what was the admission process and what was the process of selection and requirements and all? Can you elaborate on this?
Now that I see that there are a few changes that have been made, and mostly it is due to COVID that stirred this entire debate of whether GRE should be required for an admission or not. So they have gathered enough data to construct a kind of understanding that GRE doesn't always lead to the understanding of that better scores can get good graduate students. So in my case, there was like I went for subject GRE, GRE, TOEFL, and that's it. Means it's the whole point of understanding this concept of a PhD is not getting scores. It's about the SOP that you write, the statement of purpose. So they read it and they really do understand that is the student really capable of delivering the promise that he understands it to be a scientist. So that's the entire question. So how do you construct your SOP? What do you write in it? Why are you going to that university? What interests you in that particular course, in that particular topic, research of interest, and what motivated you to go for research in its first place? PhD is not easy at all. It's a journey, and it's not kind of a 2 3 year project thing. It takes time, and sometimes it takes half a decade, 5 years, 6 years. So they want to see if the student is really prepared to take challenges, and that's what it counts. Sometimes they would see that we are all stuck in number games. It's not about the numbers. It's about the intent, and they realize it. And yeah, you should definitely have good grades, and
Mhm.
that good grades can come anywhere between, if you call in GPA in India is 7.5 to 9.5. That doesn't matter.
Mhm.
Matter is how much you are interested and how much do you show the interest and intent in the statement of purpose along with your research experiences that you definitely have. So
So,
that's the entire criteria of getting a PhD. It's not this course. As singularly, it's not this course. Yeah, because we say that all geniuses doesn't have a GPA, but good GPAs also doesn't mean genius on the other way. So yeah, it's the all-round factor that contributes to your selection. And the most important thing is what is the research experience and what do you write in the statement of purpose.
yeah. So, what was the reason that made to choose this university particularly? It was the research area which you are
Oh,
working on.
I like, yeah, so there are a few things. I always wanted to be in California because when I searched for these all universities, which are good, which are not. So I drive motorcycles, and it's not safe to drive motorcycles in the east because you will have 6 months of or at least 3 to 4 months of heavy winters. It's either dangerous to drive, and but if you come to California, you will see they are the best suited for motorcyclists. So I bought here. The moment I reached San Diego, I
Mhm.
bought my motorcycle here, and I have this Royal Enfield here itself. So I drive, and that's the best place to drive. If you are in US and if you want to drive motorcycles, come to California. So that was my reason. And yeah, in the interview, people, professors did ask me, why do you want to be here? I said, like, I don't have that GPAs, or I don't think I could apply for UC Berkeley for now. But yeah, I thought this university should suit me the best because in UC Berkeley, the professor I was interested in didn't have funding at that time, and so we exchanged mails and so on. And right now, my PI has a collaboration with that guy. So yeah, it all makes sense now. It's a cool job. Yeah, I like San Diego, and any Indian would like it. The reason is the temperature, the climate. It's like awesome. It's very closer to the temperatures and the weather in Bangalore. So
Mhm.
it's nice there.
So, one of the reason was bike riding to choose the place,
Yeah,
California.
and the other reason is like there are many reasons I am discovering it right now. The
Uh-huh.
climate, the weather, the people, everything is nice. You have the deserts, you have the mountains, you have the beaches. What not even expect in California? You just have everything.